Here at the Marriott Hospitality Center is where our students learn the tools they need to be successful in a real-world industry, thanks in large part to a college partnership with Marriott. Opportunities for student success are growing every day, from generous scholarships to prestigious internships to budding corporate partnerships and exciting new educational pathways for public school students. Coming up on Campus Conversations, we'll tell you all about what to look for at Montgomery College in 2013.
Welcome to Campus Conversations. We're talking today about the building blocks of opportunity for Montgomery College students. And who better to have as our first guest but Dave Sears, Senior Vice President for Advancement and Community Engagement. Hi, Dave.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Doing great.
Great. In our opening segment, we saw something on the Marriott. Can you tell me how the Marriott's been sort of our model for our partnerships?
Sure. The Marriott Family Foundation, the Marriott Corporation have been tremendous supporters of Montgomery College. They've really done a lot of things in terms of providing scholarships for our students, program enhancements such as a renovation to the kitchen that included a new oven, and also one of the most important things is they engage with our students by having our students visit their hotels to see best practices in action, and they've even had Bill Marriott come out to speak to our students and tell them how important it is that they continue their education in hospitality management.
Nice. And I know we have some other partnerships that we're working on strengthening. Discovery Communications is one of them. Can you tell me more about our Discovery partnerships?
Sure. We have three partnerships that I'd like to highlight today. One is Discovery Communications, which has done a phenomenal job of providing internships, guest lectures, mentoring on resume writing and networking. And they've even had summer internships where 3 of our students participated, and one has already gotten a job offer from that summer internship.
Nice.
Accenture has done similar things with the guest lectures and also with mentoring, but they also added a new component on community service days that we do together jointly, where our students and staff will go paint houses in Washington, D.C. for underserved neighborhoods. The third aspect I'd talk about is our partnership with Holy Cross Hospital. They're helping to provide nurses that will teach classes. They've provided scholarship money, and they've also provided a very innovative fund where we're taking our public and private partnerships to the next level. With Health and Human Services in the county, we partnered with them on a grant initiative that was successful with Holy Cross Hospital, where Holy Cross is providing funding through the Montgomery College Foundation for scholarships for students that come from the Neighborhood Opportunities Network. And that's a volunteer effort with the Health and Human Services, where we're going to be able to provide them with scholarships and child care scholarships for them to come to Montgomery College, learn different aspects of health management, health IT, health records, and any other credit or non-credit health-related courses, and hopefully go on to get jobs in our hospitals in the county.
Very nice. It sounds like our partnerships are really important for our students in terms of their success and providing access and opportunities for them.
Our partnerships are amazing, both on the private side and on the community partnership side. It provides students with great lifelong experiences, service learning experiences, and scholarships too. When you look at what the Montgomery College Foundation's been able to do, we've raised over $1.3 million annually to give away for scholarships to over 1,000 students. A lot of that philanthropy does come from corporate partners and family foundations like the Marriotts and like the Hillman Family Foundation.
The Hillman Family Foundation. Now, I know we're going to see a segment on the Hillman Family Foundation in the next segment. Tell me more about the Hillman Family Foundation and what they're doing with MC.
Sure. The Hillman Family Foundation has been a great supporter of community colleges, and what we've done is to partner with them for scholarships, not only to come to Montgomery College to kind of for students to pursue their entrepreneurial dreams and to get an education in being entrepreneurs, but they're also providing transfer scholarships for those students to go from Montgomery College to the Hillman Entrepreneurs Program at the University of Maryland College Park. They receive a transfer scholarship transfer scholarship that's incredibly significant for them to pursue their bachelor's degree in entrepreneurship or any other bachelor's degree program at University of Maryland College Park.
Very nice. So how do students find out about different opportunities like the Hillman Scholarship or other opportunities through the foundation?
Sure. Students can look at our website, the Montgomery College, montgomerycollege.edu/foundation. They can see all the different things that we support. We'll also be featuring, we're just starting an Office of Community Engagement this spring, and we'll have a website available that'll list all of our corporate partnerships, all our community partnerships, and we'll be connected to student employment services for the internship opportunities with those organizations.
Nice. Okay, and so what are some of the things that students might need to do? Like once they've visited the website, what would be the steps they would have to follow if they were interested in, let's say, an internship with Discovery Communications?
Sure. So the best thing would be to contact our staff or contact one of their advisors on their campus to find out more about what that particular program may be, and we'll make sure that we get those students connected to internships. With Discovery, for example, students can actually just go right online to Discovery's online internship application, fill out that they went to Montgomery College, and we can target them into a particular career field at Discovery for an internship if they're accepted by Discovery.
And so the selection process is done by the company, not necessarily Montgomery College.
That is correct.
Okay.
Yes, the students still have to apply, and the company does make the decisions on who they will bring on as interns. But we've had great success with the students that we've sent out so far.
And do we provide students with any sorts of supports to help them in the preparation process, maybe resume writing, interviewing skills, or any of that stuff?
We do that both with college staff, but also more importantly with our corporate partners. They do have staff there that help with those aspects, and we're there to help support them even through the foundation. If a student is needs assistance in terms of transportation funds to get to their internship, students can apply for the Student Assistance Fund in the foundation to support that effort.
Excellent. Okay, we've got about 15 seconds left. Anything that you want to share about the foundation or what students need to do before we close?
Sure. So students that are interested in scholarships, either credit or non-credit, there's a application online that they can print out and submit to the financial aid office. We encourage them to do that. And our next innovation will be we'll have an online application process for our scholarships for FY14.
Sounds very
So
exciting.
it'll be much easier for students to access it through the web.
Great. Okay, well, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing that information. I'm sure students can take great advantage of that.
Thank you very much.
As Dave said, the Hillman Entrepreneur Program is one of the ways that donors are giving deserving students the leg up they need to be successful. Meryl's on the campus to see the program at work. Meryl?
Hi Jason, I'm out here on the Germantown campus, and I just had the chance to sit down with Justina Stokes. She is one of the scholars in the Hillman Scholars Program.
I am one of the first Hillman Entrepreneurial Program members here at Montgomery College. The Hillman program is a program for kids who see themselves as leaders and see themselves making big, having a big journey into the future, and really building their lives around learning, relationships with other people. So the people that are part of the program are very goal-oriented.
Because to me, he was my hero. I mean, you know his
Professor
story,
McLaughlin was a professor I had last semester. He was really great, very encouraging, and really understood where I wanted to go in life. And he came up to me and suggested, he said, would you consider yourself to have an entrepreneurial spirit? And I said, I guess. And right off the bat, I got so excited, and I felt in my heart of hearts that it was something that I was going to do from the start. I don't think I've ever wanted anything more.
yourself, bettering yourself, challenging
I would definitely say that a drive for success is the first quality that I would say is important when someone is looking to become a Hillman entrepreneur, and to want to see the success of others as well as the success with yourself in the future is really important. And it's just a very diverse, very interesting group of people. I've sort of had a very eclectic childhood. I grew up in France and parts of Tennessee, and then moved to Maryland. So I definitely see that as being a very crucial element in my life as far as shaping who I've become. That I've been in the program 1 month, and I already feel more comfortable. I already feel more grounded, and like I'm headed in the right place, and that I have the amazing guidance to help me do so. I genuinely enjoy school. I enjoy going to class. I wake up and I get out of bed, and it's not, oh, I have to go to school. It's, I get to go to school, and that sounds cheesy. It really does, but I enjoy every second of it now, and I And I think that for that reason, I am indebted to the people who've helped me with that. It makes me feel really humbled, honestly, to have this support in all areas. I feel a sense of purpose now that I previously didn't always have. I have a drive.
Please communicate with
When I
us.
spoke with Ms. Bronco originally, I was super excited when she said that University of Maryland was the school that we would be attending. And I thought, this is for me, this is great. So University of Maryland first and foremost, and after that I would love to do internships as well to sort of build up my resume and have some work experience, get my feet wet, because I know right out of college that people may be a little cautious to hire younger employees. I would love to travel. I know a lot of people say that, but it is in my heart to I have that restless spirit, that wanderlust. And ideally, I see myself in journalism. I would definitely like to leave the program with a confidence, with more of a confidence that where I'm going is the right direction. Thank you, Montgomery College, for paving the way for me. I will be forever grateful.
Throughout our conversation, Justina repeatedly talked about the support and encouragement she received from staff and faculty here at Montgomery College. I can tell you it's not only the students who notice. Did you know that Maryland's Professor of the Year teaches right here on the Germantown campus?
Professor Hammond, I'm so delighted that you won the Maryland Professor of the Year award.
Math Professor John Hammond serves as chair of the Germantown Mathematics Department, and now he is the proud winner of the prestigious Maryland Professor of the Year award.
I am very excited about this award, and I'm deeply honored.
The Maryland Professor of the Year is a highly regarded award given by the Carnegie Foundation for the Advancement of Teaching and the Council for Advancement and Support of Education, where not only the resume of the professor counts, but also what other faculty members and students feel about a given educator.
One of the best things I had going for me was the fact that I had some fabulous peers and students who had outstanding things to say about me.
Professor Hammond has been teaching an MC for 6 years with 3 as chair. Among the classes that he teaches is linear algebra, which he says is one of his favorite classes to teach.
It is a first kind of introduction to proofs for a lot of students. It's a course they take after the calculus sequence, and it really starts to show them the power of mathematics and what you can do with mathematics.
Only one professor per institution can be nominated for the Maryland Professor of the Year award, and this year one of MC's own garnered the honor once again. For Hammond's colleagues, it was a well-deserved honor.
He is an outstanding faculty member, and so many students struggled in math. Good students struggle in math. They often think they aren't math people, and not only does he deal well with students who come with some of that baggage, he has a marvelous way of not just being able to explain procedural stuff, but he truly tries to help students understand and get a sense of what mathematics is about.
Among colleagues, students, and administrators, John is described as a passionate professor who is fun, likable, and easygoing, but also committed to his profession. All traits that, when combined together, can elevate a professor's success for them and their students.
I think it's a very exciting news for the college. We are really, really delighted with Professor Hammond's recognition. I want to congratulate Professor Hammond, but I also want to congratulate all outstanding faculty at Montgomery College, because I think it's a recognition of all our faculty.
Whether you're a recent high school graduate, career-changing adult, or seeking professional or personal development, Montgomery College has what you're looking for. We offer more than 130 programs of study, as well as workforce development and continuing education to prepare you for a rewarding future. Take advantage of our small class sizes, award-winning faculty, and flexible scheduling. Evening, weekend, and online classes offered. Apply today. Montgomery College, endless possibilities. 240-567-5000.
It's really beneficial to have these partnerships with large corporations and the organizations in our community, because it gives students at Montgomery College the chance to real-world work environments, gives them the ability to put something on their resume.
The more exposure you can get to the big players in the world, then the more opportunities you're going to find yourself getting.
When students do internships, it's a sense of them building relationships with other companies and other businesses. And I feel when they do that, it's branching out so that they can continue after college.
And the more, resources coming in, the better environment you can have for your students and staff and everybody on campus.
As a community college, MC is committed to providing the professional skills and educational needs of the community. Together with Montgomery County Public Schools and the universities at Shady Grove, the college has developed the ACES program, which identifies and supports students whose personal circumstances might otherwise prevent them from going to college. With me to talk about ACES are Dr. Karen Roseberry, the College-wide Dean of Student Access at Montgomery College, and Mary Lang, the Chief of Staff and Director of Planning for the universities at Shady Grove. Hello, ladies.
Hi.
How are you today?
We're good.
Good. I think I'll start with you, Karen.
Okay.
And let me just ask you, what is the ACES program?
Well, it's an exciting new adventure that the three institutions have combined efforts. We've been working for almost a year to design a program that would really help students starting as early as the 9th grade. Some of the programs for supporting students might just take one grade level or another, but this is a unique program in that it's going to start with 9th and 10th graders, offering a ACES readiness program and really working with the parents to help them understand what the program can do for their students and to help them know that college is possible for their students. Okay. In the 11th and 12th grade, ACES students will be assigned a Montgomery College coach. That person will work with them through the 11th and 12th grade in various activities, and then unlike some other programs, we're going to continue through their experience at Montgomery College and then on to the universities at Shady Grove.
Wow, that sounds amazing. So what does ACES actually stand for?
Achieving collegial excellence and success. And I know it's a mouthful. Yeah.
ACES does sound.
Going to make it ACES for a while.
Okay, that does sound good. Okay, Mary, how are you?
Fine. How are you?
Good. Tell me, how did the universities at Shady Grove get involved in this project?
Well, we were excited to look at any partnership activity that we can work with our education partners in the county, both MCPS as well as Montgomery College, to expand opportunities for all students in higher education. Our goal in this project is to help those from diverse communities, students in particular, really realize their potential and gain a bachelor's degree in the county. So we work with Montgomery College to offer the second 2 years of an undergraduate education at our campus at Universities at Shady Grove, which is part of the public school system and public college system of the University System of Maryland. So we have over 80 programs that these students coming from Montgomery College can articulate into and work with them. ACES in particular, we're going to continue the coaching scenario, if you will, and have our own coaches monitor and work with the students that come from Montgomery College ACES right into and through their undergraduate education.
Very nice. This sounds very exciting. So tell me, the population. What's the population of ACES going to look like?
ACES is going to look for students who otherwise, without the ACES program, might not make it through the pipeline to college. Our goal is graduation from college, whether it be at the Universities of Shady Grove or any college or university. We want the students to increase our numbers of graduates. We know many jobs now do require a bachelor's degree, and so our ultimate aim is to help them through the pipeline. A lot of programs might just look at graduation, but I think because these three entities are working together, we're looking at different dropout points or different non-success points and trying to make sure that whether it's in the younger grades or whether it's in one of the transition years, that there's a support structure in place to help them through that pipeline and ultimately to get that bachelor's degree.
That sounds remarkable. So I know that there are a number of different opportunity programs, for lack of a better word. It sounds like the unique parts of ACES are the follow-through from high school all the way through until completion.
The ACES coach will be assigned in the 11th grade and work with a student in the 11th grade and 12th grade. We've identified 8 high schools, those high schools that seem to have the population that we're looking for the most, and we're going to start with those. Once they get to Montgomery College, a different ACES coach will be assigned and work with them to make sure that filling out financial aid forms, filling out applications for transfer, looking for scholarships, all of the things that some students might kind of take their parents might help them with, but the ACES students sometimes don't have parents who have gone to college themselves, and so the coach will be like a parent in that respect, in helping them through the bureaucratic roadway to success.
Okay.
And I would add too that in addition to sort of those logistical things or administrative things, one of the key pieces that the academic coach will be providing is academic advising and academic intervention. So it's not only the supports needed to find their way and the information about colleges and financial aid application process, but really how can they get there in terms of the courses they're taking and the supports that they may need to be successful in order to make the transitions from those three entities.
Right, right.
As an example to that, one of the things we've seen at Montgomery College is a lot of students may not be placing as high as they could on, for example, a math test because they're rusty in math. It's been maybe a year or two since they've taken math. And so one of the projects for 11th graders will be some tutoring so that they can do as well on the placement test as they can.
Okay.
That's a good example.
Sounds remarkable. It really does. I mean, and I was an opportunity student when I was going to college, so I understand the value of it all. So it sounds like it's going to be a really terrific program for our Montgomery County students.
Well, likewise, I was a student whose parents did not go to college, and I was recalling earlier today a situation where when I got my college acceptance, I realized that I did not have the money. And if I had had an ACES coach, they might have showed me some alternative ways to apply for some scholarships and to look for financial aid, and I just didn't know how to do that.
Well, I want to thank the both of you, because I think the work that you're doing is really going to make a difference in the lives of so many students who actually need that level of support. So thank you.
Well, you're welcome.
And thank you for being here today.
It's our pleasure.
It's our pleasure.
Thank you. We'll be back with more campus conversations right after this.
Whether you're a recent high school graduate, career-changing adult, or seeking professional or personal development, Montgomery College has what you're looking for. We offer more than 130 programs of study as well as workforce development and continuing education to prepare you for a rewarding future. Take advantage of our small class sizes, award-winning faculty, and flexible scheduling. Evening, weekend, and online classes offered. Apply today. Montgomery College, endless possibilities. 240-567-5000.
We've been talking about building a better community through partnerships. With me now is Marcus Rosano. Marcus, you went out to take a look at another one of those partnerships at a correctional facility.
That is correct. Jason, Montgomery College prides itself on being an open access institution, meaning that every member of our community is entitled and gets the opportunity to get an education. And as we'll see, we talked with Warden Robert Green. Of the 700 currently housed inmates at the Montgomery County Correctional Facility, the majority of them are sooner, not later, going to be members of the communities again. They're going to be in our neighborhoods and their neighborhoods again. So as you'll see in this interview with Warden Green, he talks about how the college and the county facility are building a path towards gainful employment and education for this particular demographic.
Okay, let's take a look.
Warden Green, tell us about how this partnership with the Montgomery County Correctional Facility started with Montgomery College.
With Montgomery College, I met Dr. Pollard in 2010 when she first came to Montgomery County, and it was after a forum that her and Dr. Starr did talking about education in our community. Education and corrections and what we can do to help change people's lives has always been a focus in Montgomery County with our Model Learning Center from the beginning. But we really wanted to focus on this piece of how Montgomery College fit with their workforce development and continuing education. We know from all the statistical data and the studies that have been done on the incarcerated population, if we can connect people to a work skill or a career, a job that they can sustain their family upon release, the likelihood of recidivism coming back into our system is reduced by 50%. That's huge. Montgomery College has a very strong mission in this community. They want to change lives and change the community. That's the same mission that Corrections has. We're dealing with, in any given year, 11 to 12,000 people coming through the doors of our system. 90% of those returning back to the streets of our community. The important question begs, how do we send them back? What access can we give to an individual to help them find employment, sustain their family? And education is a big piece of that. In 2010, when I met Dr. Pollard, and I introduced myself to her as the warden of the correctional facility, it was an immediate natural fit. She looked at me as if, well, you are already in my plan. not anything that I had to convince her of, or Dr. Starr. Or Dr. Starr, both of them together, strongly supportive of this education piece that we're trying to accomplish in helping people go home. In corrections, they call it reentry. Our program here is reentry for all. How can we affect the individual that's going to spend 2 hours with us or up to 18 months, but is returning back to the streets of our community? How do we do it better? And again, education, a big piece of that. So in 2010, the discussion started, the relationship developed. We were invited to the table with Dr. Pollard, and it has just prospered to the classes that we're doing here today and helping individuals get engaged in workforce development. You know, the focus is not on a 4-year degree, although, you know, we hope that an individual, after coming here, being involved in the services we have here, spending whatever time they've spent in this facility, if that is their choice, we wish them well. Okay. But our focus is workforce skill development, and Dr. Pollard has been right on the forefront of driving that home for us.
We have about a little over a minute left. Talk to us about the classes that the students are taking, and where does the future lie?
Well, according to what I'm seeing, the future lies in us continuing to grow the program from digital literacy to blueprint reading to those skill sets that help people go right into the work world, that reflect the job opportunity in our community. We're in conversations with Montgomery College now about some classes in the area of food service. You know, when you open up the Help Wanted ads in the Washington Post, that's part of the largest Help Wanted ads there. So in my discussions with all of the staff at Montgomery College that come, and there's 10 or 12 that we sit around a table and we plan this initiative and how we move forward. I won't say the sky's the limit, but we're not self-imposing any parameters to this, only that it's fiscally prudent, it makes good sense, and it helps people within the mission of Montgomery College. And I think those are the very important aspects of that.
Well, Warden Green, I want to thank you very much for having us today and to sit and chat with you in our library. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Marcus, that sounds like a step in the right direction.
It is, and one of the things that Warden Green talked about was some of the natural negative connotations or negative feedback that they receive when partnerships like this, where the college, you know, comes into partnership with the correctional facility. It's natural. We know it's going to happen, and he's addressed that. But what he did say was, I found it somewhat profound, that we aren't exactly taking these men and women and putting them in front of the line. What we're doing is we're actually showing them the direction to get in line, so that in the end they can find gainful employment and education through this partnership.
That's a great point. We're about out of time. So where can people go to get more information on these great programs?
Just visit us on www.montgomerycollege.edu. Look us up on Facebook. We have a strong social media presence. And if you're watching this with your email open, just send us a message at campus.conversations@montgomerycollege.edu.
Well, that's our program for today. From all of us here at Campus Conversations, thanks for watching.